Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like the channel and become part of this beautiful family that we are. And hitting that subscription button, you should know it's all free. And of course, the bell notification to be notified of the new uploads. I want to thank you so much for your support, your loving comments. You guys are just a blessing. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'd like to mention that I do have a private crochet group if you're interested to join. All you have to have is a profile. So you're more than welcome to join us and my beautiful queens on the group. And also have a Facebook crochet page that you can follow me, TikTok and Instagram. All of these links will be below the description box. There's a little arrow, like a V shape facing down this way like that. You could just click there, it opens up and all the links are there just below the video. A lot of you still don't know how to do that. I think I'll have to make a little video and show you because I get questioned a lot of times, my hook sizes, what kind of thread, when everything is listed below in the description box. I also would like to mention that I get requested a lot for written patterns. I don't write patterns. I go as my brain brings me there. As much as I don't write them, I don't read them either, unfortunately. So I use 100% cotton thread. These are Portugal brands, as I am in Europe. My threads, they go by number and not by name. So this lime green would be number 22. And I have this gorgeous gray, number 12. These are 100% cotton thread, 100 grams, equivalent to 325 yards. They're $12 a ball, minimum order of 6 to cover at least shipping. I gain nothing from it. I also have shiny threads, which I just finished doing a project, but I still have a little bit left. I don't know if you can see, this is black and gray. They're 50 grams. These are nylon. Could that be it? I can't remember. But anyway, so they're the same price for whatever reason. It's much thinner than my regular thread. This 4-ply is similar to Aunt Lydia number 3 cotton. Mine is a little bit thinner, so my patterns become automatically smaller. Okay, if you're using Aunt Lydia number 3 cotton, your patterns are bigger. 2.75 hook or 3.5, depending on the pattern I'm working on. And a pair of scissors, of course, and a small one to tuck in loose ends. Please give a thumbs up on the video, comment, share. Sharing is caring. Help out the channel to grow. And I send you much love and much hugs and many prayers for many of you that need. We all need in general. The world needs it in general. And I send you much hugs. Let's get started, everyone. Thank you. Okay, everyone. So we are going to create this beautiful flower. Now, I already have a tutorial out on this flower, but I didn't add all of this on to be added onto the pattern. And this is the project that I'm going to be working on with the last pineapple doily centerpiece. I'll be adding these onto it. So I like to make flowers most of the time in a different video because a lot of people use it for different projects. I mean, you can use it by adding on here your double crochets and continue with the project, or just glue them on or stitch them on however you like it. So I'm going to recreate this flower, but adding all of the other stitches in the back so you can use it for different effects. The links will be below once I finish and create for the pineapples doily centerpiece, in case you want to create exactly the same thing. I'm not sure how many flowers it's going to take yet, but anyway, on the tutorial of the centerpiece, all of in the description box, all the information will be below about how many flowers and so on. So I'm using a 4-ply 100% cotton thread. These are Portugal brands. I am in Europe, for most of you that don't know. A lot of you do know. The colors here go by numbers, not by name. So this is color 13. This is a mixed yellow, red, and changes into a light pink and then into off-white, which is absolutely stunning. As you can see, the beautiful mixture that the color comes out. I'm also using 8mm beads. Make sure that the hole in the center is the proper amount to fit your thread. These are similar to Aunt Lydia number 3. Mine's a little bit thinner. So Aunt Lydia number 3 cotton, the patterns become bigger. Everything becomes bigger. This multicolored green, which I use a lot because I absolutely love this green. It gives it such a beautiful effect on any pattern that you use. And this is color number 40. These are $12 a ball. They're 100 grams. That means 325 yards. A lot of you ask me about it. Minimum order of 6. Shipping is included already. Okay, so let's get started, everyone. 3.75 hook, small one to tuck in, loose ends, and a pair of scissors. So the first thing I want to do is that magic circle. In case you have a hard time with it, do a 5 to 6 chain, depending upon your tension. And I'm going to secure with a slip stitch. I'm going to come back in and do a single 2 chain. Back in again. And I'm creating like a group of 2 double crochet. 1, 2, 3 chain. Coming inside, so you turn where that second double crochet we just created. I'm going to do a total of 5 double crochets. That's including with my chain 3 that I went up. So 2, 4, and 5. So I have my 5 double crochets. I'm going to come back in that magic circle with a single and chain 2. Again, creating that second double crochet. We're going to create 8 petals. So I've done my 2 double crochet, 1, 2, 3 chain. Coming back in, working on that double crochet again. So you can turn your pattern sideways and doing 5 double crochets. That's included with your 3 chain going up. So I have my second petal. Just keep pulling your thread there. And again, back in with a single, chain 2, create your other double crochet. So you have 2, 1, 2, 3, coming in and create 4 more double crochet with the 3 chains, mix 5 double crochets all together for these petals. Okay, so I have my 2 and 3, 5 double crochets. Again, coming back in and just repeating the same thing. Single 2 chain, that's your first double crochet. Back in again, and you have your second. You're going to repeat this 8 times, so you have to have 8 petals. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone. So I've done my 8 petals. Okay, now I'm keeping the string to the front, and I'm not going to close it all the way because we still need to work a bit. We have time to close it when we create the next round of petals. Okay, so I've done my last petal. I'm going to come in where we started that first single and 2 chain, that first double crochet, let's say, and I'm going to do a slip stitch like that, and then we have that second double crochet here we didn't work on. We only worked on the first one, so that will become our can't think of the word, but anyway, we'll need that to create the backspace to create the second round. So I've done 2 slip stitch and a single 2 chain and 1 more 3 chain. I'm going to come where that double crochet is, right? We did 2 and do a single 1, 2, 3 chain, again, single, 1, 2, 3 chains. So we need to create these 8 loops in the back so we can create the second row of petals. Okay, so very simple. Directly where we have that space of the double crochet. Okay, into my last one here. No, there's one more. 1, 2, and 3 chain. And 1, 2, 3 chain. Thought it was my last one, it wasn't. Okay, so now I'm going to come in where I did that single for that 3 chain that we did. Okay, I'm still not concerned about closing this up yet because we need that space. I'm coming in that 3 chain we just created with a single, 1 chain. Inside of the same space, I'm going to do 5 double crochets. Okay, so I have 2 already. 3, 4, and 5. 1 chain coming back in the same space and close it in with a single. So I have my first petal coming into the next 3 chain, single, 1 chain, doing 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's not including the single in 1 chain. Okay, we're doing the same thing, 1 chain and a single, exactly how we started off. Again, into the next 3 chain. You can bend your paddle to the front not to get mixed up. Single, 1 chain. That's not included with the 5 double crochets. Now I'm going to start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1 chain, come back in, single. So I have 3 petals. We're going to continue to do this all the way to the end. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so I finished doing my last petal. I'm just going to pull my string there a bit. I'm going to turn it to the back. And where we have that single here, I'm just going to pull the thread to the back. I want it to go to the back so I can create those loops again for the 3rd row of petals. Okay, so I've gotten my thread to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4 chain. Behind here, I have that single in between both petals. So I'm grabbing both strings back here and just doing a single. 1, 2, 3, 4 chain. Again, I have those 2 strings, one from the single here and one from the single there. It's very easy to see. You can see going from one to the other. So I'm grabbing these 2 strings here from both singles from one side to the other and doing a single. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, you can see this one clearly. So I'm grabbing both of these 2 strings. Okay. And single. We're going to do this 8 times. We need to create 8 loops of 4 chain. So I'm onto my 8th chain. I'm just going to come in that first one we did with a slip stitch. Okay, coming inside of that 4 chain, single and 1 chain. So we're repeating the paddle here, but with 6 double crochets. So we have 1, that's not included with the first one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double crochets, 1 chain, back in, single, into the next one, repeating exactly the same thing, single, 1 chain, and 6 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. One chain, coming back in, single. So I have my second petal. We're going to do this 8 times again. I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, everyone, so I just finished creating my last petal. I've done my one chain, my single. I'm going to pull my string again. I'm going to turn around and I'm just going to bring that string to the back because we need to create the loops for the green for the leaves, okay? So now it's in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. So repeating again those 4 chains, grabbing those 2 loops back here. Now, if you think you need to do a 5 chain, go ahead. I'm loosening up mine, and so I don't have to do a 5 chain. So we're going to create 8 not paddles, 8 chain of 4 all the way around. And then I'm cutting my thread, and I'm going to come in with my multicolored green. Okay, so we got to create those 8 chains, those 8 loops again in the back. I'll meet you at the end. So I've done my 8th chain, my 8th chain, yes, loop with a 4 chain. I'm coming in that first one we did, and I'm closing it in with slip stitch. So I'm just gonna cut my thread, and I'm gonna tuck it in between these loops back here, make a couple of knots so nothing comes apart. So I'm just going to go through any loop and making knots here and there. Okay, so and just in between the loops, because we're going to work on those loops anyway, so we're going to cover oh, I think I just pulled the wrong one, didn't I? We're going to cover these loops up on the next row. No, I did. Okay, I thought I had grabbed the one in the back. Okay, so just a couple of knots here and there. Make sure that it's nice and tight. We don't want to lose our flower to anything, right? And then you can just cut the excess off. Now, remembering that we brought the string to the front, fix these petals after. So I'm just going to pull well in it to close it up. And then you can fix your little petals because they're all squashed, poor things, right? So close it well, and then put your bead through it. Okay, so all we have to do now is connect our bead in it. And we have to bring afterwards the string to the back of the flower in order to have it tied in. So with a smaller hook, make sure that you get it right across so your bead isn't crooked. Now I'm using a smaller hook because I don't want to poke big holes through it, but sometimes this small hook does a lot of damaging to my thread. And I never learned my lesson. I'm just so used to working the same way for so many years. Okay, so now we got our bead in, and now you'd come to the back and just go through a few loops back there. Make a couple of knots in it to make sure that nothing is going to fall apart. Got all the petals coming into. That's why we need to fix them so we don't have to get them stuck back there. Okay. And then just, like I said, make a couple of knots here and there. Make sure that nothing comes apart. And then put your thread through some of the loops back here just to secure it. And then you can cut the excess off. Of course, I have my pulling all my little paddles into the back. So, okay, now on to the green. Slip stitch knot. We're going to work on those 4 chain that we did back there. So I'm just going to, on any one of them, you can start. I'm going to come in with a single, try to hide this little thread as I go. Single, 2 chain. That's my first double crochet. We're going to have a total of 4 double crochets inside of each loop. So I have 3 already, and my 4th one, 1 chain into the next one. Now this is for round motif, but if you wanted to do square, then you do the shell here. That would be your first corner, and then do your 4 double crochet and then shell again. Okay, so I have my 3rd and my 4th double crochet, 1 chain. Again, next loop, do your 4, everything is slipping out of my hands today. Okay, so we have 4, 1 chain. We're going to repeat this all the way around the same way to the end. 3 and 4. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I'm done my last one. I'm going to come in that 2nd chain from where I went up the single and 2 chain. Okay, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 chain. Coming in that 1 chain space, excuse me, not feeling still that great. I'm getting better, but I'm not all there yet. Single, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm making my little leaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chain. That's my middle leaf, the big one. And then another one of 5 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into the same stitch. This is all in the same stitch. So 2 chains of 5 and the middle one of 8. Again, 4 chain. We need to get from one motif to the other. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And of course, I'll be working in that chain to get into my pattern. So single, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back into the same space. Single, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Into the same one. Single. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and single again. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're skipping all of that into that 1 chain space. Single, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 chain coming in. Single, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coming in. Single again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain coming back in. And again, the same thing. So now it's just a repeat all the way around the same way until you get all 8 leaves in. And then, of course, you would just tuck in at the end, do your chain 4, and or actually attach to the first one. chain 4 with a slip stitch here. So you'd close in with the slip stitch right on it, cut your thread, make a few knots, and you're good to go. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Stay tuned for the centerpiece that I will be adding this on. I'm sure you're going to love it, and I will see you there on the next tutorial. Thank you, everyone. By the way, these are, don't forget, if you use the Aunt Lydia number 3, it will be bigger. These are leaf to leaf, of course. If we're looking at the flower itself, there's 7, almost 8. But leaf to leaf, it's 11 centimeters. Okay, so thank you. God bless. I send you much love and much hugs. Until next time, everyone. Bye-bye.